Okay, today we are playing a game on Hollywood. We are in the gold SR range, and we will be playing D.Va the entire way through. And our current team composition is Roadhog, D.Va, Soldier, Junkrat, Mercy, and Lucio. You are allowed to be excited today, by the way, because it is the most recent patch, so it is new D.Va and new Mercy. I know, we finally arrived, it's very exciting. So when I first saw the team, my immediate gut response was, well, if they have a dive comp, we'll be upset. But I thought about that a little bit more, and no, not really, because we have a Roadhog who can fight the D.Va or the Winston. Junkrat can just defend himself. Soldier can out-heal a Winston or D.Va, and Lucio can reposition the team quickly, so not actually weak to a dive comp if you think about it. We'd rather not, still, but, like, we aren't just fucked if they have one, you know, which is always nice. The more awkward thing about the team comp is that our tanks are D.Va and Roadhog, so that means we don't actually have a main tank while we're defending, which is a bit awkward. D.Va would have previously qualified, but since they nerfed Defense Matrix, and not so much anymore, because now she's more of an aggressive diver than she is like, Shield, really. So, anyway, let's just start the game. My phone is probably, like, shattered into 1,000 pieces down there. Despite dropping my phone, like, every day, never actually even cracked a screen. It's incredible. I'm a lucky man. So their soldier died immediately, which, I mean, they're probably really happy about. But now Mercy, oh, she just gets to say, nope, that didn't happen anymore. But that's okay. Their Junkrat killed himself. Reinhardt's currently killing himself behind us because he's charging in right now, which it doesn't look like we noticed until it was basically all over, nearly destroyed the entire room. But we should have turned around to, like, try and kill the Reinhardt, because he's charging in, we want him dead as quickly as possible. So now, they're still deciding that they want to go in 4v6, which is not recommended, really. So, we throw our missiles at them, like, right here, but, like, we know we're gonna go in on them right now, because this is 4v6 over here, so, like, we want to engage on these people. Should save the missiles until we're, like, right next to them, really, because then we can just put them all onto the Mercy, and then she might die. I do think the missiles need to do, like, a little bit more damage, because they feel really underwhelming when you hit somebody. Just, like, a little bit more damage, though, so there isn't, like, a guaranteed kill if D.Va's on your face. So, we chase after their soldier right here, and, like, he doesn't want any part of this anymore, because he's realized how stupid what they're doing is. But, look what their Mercy does, right? Let's go back a little bit further. Because their Mercy actually makes it really easy for us to start bullying her, because she goes over into the shrubberies and jumps down into the pit behind us. Behind the point. If we go over there, that's, like, really awkward for her to get out again, because she has to go past us if we go after her. Which she doesn't really want to do. And she's currently not full HP, and she's been, like, running away the whole time. Soldier, he decides he doesn't want to be here anymore, so, like, it puts his biotic field down and then just fucking runs anyway. Mercy is a higher priority, so we should go for her, seeing as she just put herself in an awkward position. Instead, we go after the soldier, and he got away with it in the end. In the end, he got away with it. Then Mercy, like, swings past us again, but we keep trying to kill, the soldier. Didn't actually seem to notice the Mercy. She died anyway, but, like, we didn't switch over to her. She's still more important. Reinhardt's killing himself again. You know, as those Reinhardt players are known to do. I wouldn't know anything about that. I've never charged into the enemy team and killed myself. No, sir. I don't think I've ever died a single time in this video game. In fact, not once. Unbelievable, I know, but it's that good at Reinhardt. So, their D.Va's still here, all by her lonesome. Thought somebody was behind us. No, doesn't get to leave. Come back in here. Reinhardt's charged him. He has killed someone this time. Right after he got rezzed by Mercy as well, so fun times. Here comes the tire. Can't do much about that one. Now, we should just, like, go over here onto this dude's face, because he just started using his, he's using his tire, so he's gonna be preoccupied for a second. Just, like, get up on him. You're playing D.Va. Doesn't matter, because Roadhog appears behind him and shoots him. But, like, get up on that guy. We also just, like, want them off the high ground, broadly speaking, anyway, so we are now up here, they are now off the high ground. Except Junkrat, who was still up there, but he's over there now. Doesn't quite get over the house, so he's pretty fucked, you know. There we go. Our Junkrat just put in his submission for play of the game right there. So, good for him. As you can see, the enemy team isn't really doing a very good job of pushing in right now, but this replay is 16 minutes long, so don't worry, they do get the first point. It's not a complete fucking stomp. You'd be forgiven for thinking so, given the way this has currently been going. So now they have a Winston, which is a bit scarier than a D.Va with our team, honestly. So, their Mercy, no, that's our Mercy that's using her ultimate. Their Soldier starts using his ultimate, so here's the easiest money of all time, right? We've got our ultimate, great zoning tool. Their Reinhardt charging right at us right now, so he's not going to be able to block for their team. We saw Winston put his bubble down out here. It was a little while ago, so it'll be close to coming off cooldown, but like, their shield is like coming this way right now. So if we throw our ultimate at them, Soldier who's using Tac Visor suddenly has to start respecting that instead of using his ultimate, because of course we can't block all of Tac Visor anymore either. So we can just chuck it at him, and then maybe we kill the Mercy as well, because she's floating around in the sky right now, because she's, you know, people really like flying around in the sky now that they're allowed to do that. So we can just chuck it at him, and then suddenly, she has to start respecting it, he has to start respecting it, Reinhardt can't just block it for them because he's coming right at us, as those wacky Reinhardt players are known to do. If you want to be a bit more conservative about it, maybe you think to yourself, oh, well, Winston used his bubble a little while ago at this point, maybe he's almost gotten it, I don't want him to just contain it. Well, we go up on him, and just like, put defense matrix over him for as long as possible, see what happens with the monkey man, and then we ult to try and zone him for the rest of it. But I just chuck it straight at them. Does indeed turn out that Winston's bubble came up pretty much like right as he used it, it looked like. But we used our ultimate, we still accomplished the same basic thing in the end, but we were like a little bit less decisive about it than we could have been. Decisive play. This is not allowed. This is not allowed for him to be doing this. I do this all the fucking time now that D.Va's slightly different, where I see this and I float at the dude, and I try to cancel the shift by left-clicking, and I just float right through them. And I'm like, I'm actually the stupidest man on the planet. Can't wait for them to put that setting in, that's like, if you, rather than it, you can change the setting so that it's, it can be a toggle, or you can hold down the shift for the boosters instead. I'm all about that, because I want to be able to just let go of shift and stop boosting, frankly. So then we get ulted from behind, and there's nothing we can do about that realistically, because we don't have a shield on our team, because we have D.Va and we have Roadhog. Worth noting, they have a Reinhardt, so it is worth considering changing to Reinhardt in this position, because conventional wisdom is that the team that doesn't have a Reinhardt versus the team that does have a Reinhardt is usually going to be at a disadvantage, because Reinhardt's shield is in the way and Earthshatter is really good. We shouldn't really be out here right now, because we're basically trying to fight the entire team by ourselves. Our team is like starting to stagger in, but like this is not really going to work. Listen to this Mercy. Keep that in mind, because Mercy says something else later, and I was like, what the fuck was that? So, it's gone. This is where they capture the point, to I'm sure no one's great surprise. We shouldn't come over here and try. It's not going to happen. It's simply not feasible. And all that happens is we push tab, and we're like, oh no, we're the only one who's dead right now. Isn't that awkward? So, not feasible. Just give it up. It's gone. It's gone. So, now we're coming back around. We've almost got self-destruct again, which is, I mean, cool. You know, not a fantastic ultimate, but, it is generally better to have your ultimate than not have your ultimate. So, we are in the street phase of Hollywood now. So, high ground control is quite important. They have a team that can get up onto the high ground quite quickly, as we just saw Genji dash up behind us, whom we should be more concerned with, because we just saw Junkrat start using his tire, and then we see Genji dash right past us. He's gonna try and kill that Junkrat, and we're playing a tank, so our number one priority is trying to keep our teammates alive, so we should help the Junkrat with that situation, rather than coming down here, where we're gonna do basically nothing. Even if the Reinhardt's there, like, what are we really gonna do? And we see up here that Genji killed Junkrat. You know, that might have still happened anyway, but we should try to keep the Junkrat alive, because we are playing a tank. Then we see Soldier put on his Tac Visor, he gets hooked. We don't even try to, like, shift up and put the defense matrix over him. Actually, I forgot about it at the time. Right at the start of the game, Roadhog, runs in from, like, the security room on the left side of the choke point, and he's, like, really low HP, still being shot at by the rest of the enemy team. We didn't put our defense matrix over him there, even though we saw him running away at low HP as well. Yeah, we want to try and keep, we're a more aggressive hero now that they've kind of, like, changed what we do. But we do still want to try and keep people alive. Wouldn't recommend this one just because, I mean, we can leave. This ult would not expect to get anybody. It actually gets someone, which is more than I would not expect it to get anyone, because there's a Reinhardt right there, and there's corners fucking everywhere. We could have just left. Like, we could have just boosted away. Because, D.Va always has that option. She can just be like, no, fuck you, I'm leaving. And, unless their Roadhog hooks you, there's not a lot they can say about that, really. So Genji just tried to use his ultimate, and he's dead now. So that's cool. This is before, they haven't put that change in yet, where as soon as you start activating your ultimate, it's just gone. The grace period of getting it refunded is not there, which is fantastic news, frankly. Because I'm sick of playing like McCree, and I see Genji pulling out the Dragon Blade, and I'm like, stop that. And then I'm like, fuck, he didn't actually draw the blade out yet, so he got the whole thing refunded. It feels really bad to be punished for CCing somebody too quickly, you know? How dare I have good reactions? God. So, you know, I'm glad that that's changing. Didn't really affect most heroes anyway, so here comes the tire, and we just got Earth Shattered, so there's not much we can do about that. There's their Junkrat putting in his submission for play of the game, so... Looks like he got it, based off that one, seeing as he got the mech as well. Ours only got 3 people. Can we play get a shield? Can we play get a shield? Please. I mean, we're playing one of the tanks, so if we feel like we need a shield, we should change to the shield, really. Seeing as we are playing one of the tanks. But, you know, whatever. So, we see their Mercy over here, coming right at us. Reses their Reinhardt, but she's really low HP. We want her dead. We're after the Mercy. The Mercy's now dead. Roadhog's going off that way, but then he starts shooting at us again. Like, this fight over here doesn't really need our help anymore. Roadhog was coming out behind us, and we didn't notice until he hooked us. You know, we could have turned around to start dealing with that sooner, but ultimately didn't matter. So, high ground control, important during the street phase. That's kind of our job, but haven't really had to worry about it so far, because they didn't really have that much time left by the time we got to the street phase. And then, you know, some stuff's been happening. So, we turn around and we just see the saddest Mercy in the entire world. Goddamn, look at this Mercy. Is she not upset? No, yeah. I think you know roughly what I was going for there, but that didn't work out. What an absolute disaster. My excuse is going to be that I'm using a mouse. So, shockingly enough, you know, absolutely incredible. I'm sitting at a computer and I'm using a mouse. I know, that might be shocking. So, as soon as I hear Dragon Blade, just ult, basically. Like, there's ways he can hide out of the way, yeah, but if he's spending time hiding, he's not spending time cutting. So, that's the important thing. So, Dragon Blade's one of those ultimates where as soon as I hear it, I just ult, basically, as D.Va. Well, as a few heroes, it's one of those ultimates that's just like, well, I want that to stop happening right now. So, they don't actually push it any further than here because Reinhardt charges in again, but nobody else was touching the payload, so that means we get to win the round. C9 Lel, that's not quite a C9. C9, 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 C99. You know, that's had like a pretty... It's amazing how C9 used to mean something. Like, it used to be a specific type of loss, which was just that you all got off the point. But now, basically, it just means they lost the round. C9. Doesn't matter how they lost, just they lost. C9. So they've got a Mei. That's inconvenient for us as D.Va, because Mei was always good at dealing with D.Va, and it's not like that's gotten any better. I don't know why we're doing this. Like, this just takes us a really fucking long time to get anywhere doing that. I don't know why we took such a roundabout path to get here and didn't even use the boosters on the way. Winston, currently dead. Very, very helpful. Their McCree, currently dead. But we've also committed a no-no, which is that we've just flown right into all 6 of their team, and we know they have a Mei. So, we're not allowed to do this. And the truly depressing thing is that we actually get away with it, right? We shouldn't have gotten away with that. We weren't really allowed to just throw ourselves into their team like that, and it's a little upsetting that we managed to get away with our life. So, now we're Baby D.Va. They don't want to focus us as Baby D.Va, so we just kind of sitting here shooting at people. I will say that, like, we don't really want to hang out in this little room, just because if they do come and get us, we've got nowhere to run away to, because we've only got the hallway going up behind us. We could just go, like, walk up to the high ground and, like, hang out up there, because don't forget, we don't want to die as Baby D.Va, because that basically just means we took longer to respawn, since you die when you lose your mech, basically. So, doesn't matter, though. Even though we lost Winston, and we engaged the fight poorly, we still won the fight! Yeah, isn't it incredible? The great equalizer of Overwatch is that the enemy team can always be worse than your team. So, yeah, often Overwatch comes down to a matter of, you know, it's not which team is better, it's which team is less boosted, or has less boosted animals on it. But, unfortunately, usually both teams have 6 boosted animals on it. So, there's Mei. Mei's over here by herself, so even though we don't usually want to fight Mei as D.Va, we do want to fight her, because she's all over here by her lonesome. And, she didn't actually throw her ult. She started ulting, but the robot didn't actually leave her hand. How sad. Because that would have made her quite sad. So, you know, enemy team, they're all dead right now. Maple Syrup is just in voice chats like she only rezzed 1. Yeah, that's kind of what she does now, actually. Unless she ults, in which case she reses 2. Ooh, crazy. I know. Maple Syrup upset me a lot in this game. So now Mei has actually used her ultimate. Oh, he's trying to take solace in the prison of all fucking places, but he doesn't quite get there. So we can see in our kill feed that we just lost our 2 healers, which is generally a sign that we've lost the fight. So, at this point, we kind of want to be backing out, but then, suddenly we're not allowed to back out anymore, and we're just stuck in this. Somehow that doesn't hit us, because, you know, Earth Shatter is a very consistent ability when it comes to corners. So our Mercy has actually gotten back now, just in time to res our, Pharah. They have a Mei, so we get walled off. She was about to kill us, but decided not to, so that's also good for us. Reaper's spinning, having the time of his life. Enemy team, not really having a great time right now, I'd hazard, seeing as there's not very many of them left alive. We are in an awkward position during this fight where we can't... There's no one on their team that we're really good at focusing anymore, because it was like Zarya, Flying, Mercy, and D.Va, so none of those people we were fantastic at fighting, so we were kind of just filling space. We're Baby D.Va now, but we've come to stand in, like, the most hazardous position possible, really, other than, like, in the middle of 6 of them, which is, between the front line and their spawn, which is not usually where you want to go and hang out. We have managed to get our mech back, and we've lost this fight, so we should just leave. Like, we should just go away. Back over here, because, like, we're not good at this. This isn't what our hero does. This isn't what we should be doing. We should be over with our team, like, being, you know, a tank. And don't forget, they still have a Mei. They have a Mei and a Zarya, so their team's pretty good at fighting us. And now we're just gonna die, and we've just not been doing anything productive for a while, and now we die. Just go back to your team. Like, that's not what D.Va does. D.Va's not good at, like, this, super behind them flanking thing, because she's not a flanker, funnily enough. Just go back to your team. Just be a tank, because that's what we are. So, we have self-destruct, which is cool. They have a Symmetra now. We have a Winston, so that's fine. Symmetra will make us sad as well, of course. They have a lot of things that make D.Va sad, actually. So, we're not really winning this fight, so we don't really want to commit to it, because it doesn't look like we have any chance, honestly. And then Mei uses her ultimate, which makes it even worse. Then Pharah decides that she's going to kill 2 people. We're going to throw our ultimate up right here. And, I wouldn't have done this, because, we do it here, don't we? Ana shouldn't be doing that. That's not allowed either. Just like running at the Lucio and the D.Va. We use our ultimate here, I'm pretty sure. But now, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I wouldn't have done this because I don't think that this type of ultimate is very consistent. But we kill 3 people, so what the fuck do I know? I just find that usually people can disappear out of the way from that kind of thing. Our Mercy has managed to find and kill their teleporter, which is cool. Not that they have that far to get back, but we're right here, so the fact that the teleporter got broken is not inconsequential. So we should go and stand in the doorway, really. Like, we should just go and block this entire passage with our body. Just, like, stand in it so they can't walk past you. And then don't move. Just, like, hold them there. Doesn't matter. They don't get back in time. But, we could have come and stood in the way. There was a point where, like, our Mercy sounds like fucking Darth Vader, but I forgot to actually, like, point it out as it was happening, so oh well. Suffice to say, she did sound, like, I've heard her and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then she talks later and she sounds like a perfectly normal human being. So, not to imply Darth Vader isn't a perfectly normal human being or anything, but, because that would be quite rude. So, we won the game. Never really felt like we were gonna lose, did it? Like, it wasn't exactly what I wouldn't call it a commanding victory, but I also never really felt like we were likely to lose the game, because the enemy team just seemed really unfocused and uncoordinated, and their Reinhardt decided that he didn't want to live, like, every few minutes, which is generally quite helpful. Biggest thing stands out, basically, we don't prioritize protecting people enough with various examples, the Junkrat, the Roadhog, the Soldier. We don't focus on protecting enough, and we've picked a tank, so, like, we've chosen an aggressive tank, yes, but we have chosen a tank, so our number one goal is still block damage for our team, which we don't prioritize highly enough in this game. But that's kind of it, so thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.